What is going on, everybody? This is DJKNAI bringing you some more Amplitude HD gameplay. And this is my first video in a while. It's been about 3 weeks or so. And I wanted to put this out right before the whole Amplitude Live thing and kind of give some tips of the trade to some people that might want to be a better Amplitude player. So there are a couple of topics I'm going to be talking about during the gameplay. One of them is going to be about vision, about where you want to look while you're playing a track. The next one's going to be about transitions. Third one's probably going to be about multiplier usage. And the fourth one is just going to be general knowledge about Amplitude. So let's go ahead and play some songs while I go and talk about those topics. So I hope everyone's doing all right. I'm doing just fine. Thank you for asking. And let's see here. Let's play Recession. So we'll go and play that, and I'll go and start with my topic. So the first one is vision, okay? And I wish I can get better visuals about, you know, exactly what I'm talking about. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. So what I mean about vision is where to look as far as when you're playing the game, you know. Now, some people, unless you don't know, but some people will probably look exactly where those targets are. You see where those blue circles are in the center there? Some people will look straight at that and kind of base that off where they look while playing the game. That's kind of a big no-no, because if you look straight at that, you won't be able to see exactly where you want to go or what's coming next. And that's a big part of the game, especially if you want to continue a streak. So what I recommend is looking kind of ahead onto the track, and you'll still be able to get the notes down at the right time. So what do I mean about looking ahead is, so say on this drum track here, I'm kind of looking about from the maybe 3 or 4 inches away from where the targets are, where the nano blaster is, and that gives me enough time to react to what's coming next while still hitting the notes accurately. And so try that and see if it works out for you. Like I said, looking straight at the targets, not a good thing, because you want to see where you're going to go and kind of plan your path around. So that's what I mean about vision, and also using your peripheral vision to kind of, you know, see everything. I use my peripherals mainly when, you know, a difficult track is coming up and just getting prepared for it. And I also use it to scope out multipliers that are coming up. So those are the visual tips that I have for you guys. So the second one is going to be about transitions. Now, transitions ties into vision about how you want to attack the transition while jumping from track to track. Now, there's different ways you can do transitions. You could do it the regular way by using the trigger buttons, or the way I usually attack transitions, especially during difficult tracks, is using the phase buttons to kind of switch over and attack the next track. And what I mean by that, so say for instance on this track coming up, I'm doing the synth right here. Say if it was a difficult track, I would switch over and push the circle button on the next track to hit the very right note. And that kind of helps me out to free my fingers up to finish off that track. And transitions are difficult when it comes to, say you're playing a track and then it ends on a right note, and the track you're moving over to begins on a right note. Those can be kind of tricky because it's kind of like a double tap, you know? And you know, those are hard to tackle. But using the face buttons will probably help you get that, because they're kind of, it's a different button, and it'll kind of help you get back on track on where you are on the track. So try using the face buttons for the first note of the track you're transitioning to. And a transition is just a fancy word for moving over to the next track. Just in case you didn't know, just saying. And you know, for those that have been playing Amplitude for a long time, since the 2003, this one actually makes it a lot easier for people to transition to track to track. They added the Streak Seeker, which is an amazing addition for, especially for, you know, rookies. And but back in the day, we used to have to like double stick our way across the arena. So so let's go ahead and play something else while I talk about the next topic, which is multiplier usage. Let's do entomophobia. So multiplier usage, not a big topic I want to talk about, but when to use the multiplier, and how to get the most out of it. So obviously you want to use the multiplier whenever you know, there's a difficult track coming up and with a lot of notes, so you can kind of maximize the point potential, you know. So of course you want to do that, but when to launch the multiplier is the real question. You want to launch the multiplier towards the end of the track. So say for instance here, I'll launch it right here, and that way you can get the most out of that multiplier. And what that will do will extend the multiplier for another bar or so you can get the max points as possible on that track. So that's a perfect way or example of using the multiplier at the right time. And like I said, it's not a big topic to touch upon, but it could help some people that still don't know when to launch the multiplier or when to use them. So my advice is to play the track multiple times or play the song multiple times and kind of feel out where all the difficult tracks are and just maximize the points while using the multiplier. So you want to seek out those difficult tracks, even if it means skipping over multiple tracks to get to that difficult track. And that could be kind of difficult too. So one thing I can just say is practice and practice. And we'll get to that in a little bit too. So the next topic was just general knowledge. Just anything that I want to throw out there as far as tips for anybody. So a good tip is of course, you know, kind of warm up your hands a little bit before you start playing, because especially if you plan to tackle some difficult tracks, your hands can start to get kind of stiff if you don't warm them up. I think someone tried a 24-hour stream. I think it was one Flip. I just call him Flip. You know, I don't forgot his name. Sorry, man. But and he's saying his hands were going numb and stuff like that. I was like, that's not good, man. So you want to warm up your hands before you start playing. It sounds silly, but it's true. So if you do end up warming up your hands and start playing, one thing to do is to make sure that you keep your hands and your fingers loose. Don't tense up, because if you play a difficult track, it's normal for someone to go ahead and tense up during a difficult one, because you're moving your fingers so fast that it's just the natural reaction for you to tense up. Now that's something that you probably don't want to do. So you gotta keep that in mind while playing. Is just to keep it loose and, you know, have as less finger movement as possible. And that I learned that from being a guitar player. You know, when you do fast passages, you want to have as less finger movement as possible. And so that's a good thing to go by. So like I said, just keep them loose, have as less finger movement as possible. Don't be going out here to hit tracks. You want to keep it down here. And utilize your thumbs with what do you call these? These things, you know, besides the D-pad. I'm gonna get so much shit because of I don't know what they're called. But use the sticks and utilize the other buttons in order to help you out with everything. I'm gonna play one more song just so I can get through some more things that I want to talk about. I want to talk about practicing. So a good way to practice is find a song that you're comfortable with and maybe try doing different paths. You know, go a different path than what your normal path is. Even if it's not the highest scoring path, try different paths. Try skipping some tracks and get comfortable with that. Like for instance, like right here, I'll play the bass. Oh, this is not a good one to say. Okay, so let me see. I'll play this and I'm gonna skip to a track. So like you go like that, you know, skipping tracks and all that jazz. Because skipping tracks is a very important piece to finding multipliers around the game. Because you're gonna have to do that sometimes. So just make sure that you are prepared to do stuff like that, especially if you plan to join the high score game and all that. And that's what the game was made for. Of course, it was made for, you know, for fun and for people to kind of enjoy this game. But the fun of it for me is competing against other people and finding high scores, you know, any way I can. I mean, I spent countless hours looking for multipliers and other things just so I can get better at this game. I mean, I was already kind of decent, but I think playing this has made me a better Amplitude player. So I just wanted to pass that on to everybody and just you know, get some knowledge out there about some things. Now, you might be a veteran. You might be saying, well, I already knew all these things. Great. That's wonderful. Or you might be a beginner and like, well, this is common sense. I mean, of course I do this already. Wonderful. You're already on your way to be a better Amplitude player. You just got to apply it, you know? So, I'm not here to, you know, I don't think I'm saying anything new. It's just something that I feel I should send out to people and kind of so they can kind of get a feel of how I play Amplitude, you know. Oh, another thing is too, hand positioning on the controller. Like I don't just hold it regularly all the time. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I wish I can get a visual, but I will raise my palms on the controller a little bit to where my index finger and on both hands are kind of raised up over the trigger buttons. It's really hard to explain. I do that on the crisscrossing patterns when it goes left, middle, right, and then back again. Like left, middle, right, middle, left, and then back and forth and back and forth. That helps me get through those things. And it's just natural, you know, to me to do that because I've done it for so long. And it's and then I just naturally go back to the regular position to continue the song. So just find different positionings in your hands with the controller that are comfortable for you, because like I said, you can play this game any way that you want. I mean, you paid the money for this game. Who cares the way you're not holding the controller the way you know everybody else does, or the way I don't. It doesn't matter how you play the game, just as long as you're good and that you feel comfortable with whatever you're doing. And you know, everything is up to you. You should already know that. So, but what I mean about raising my hands above the controller is, so like instead of holding the bottoms right here, I actually kind of go like this, and just go like that, and then I naturally grab the controller again, and then go and keep on going. So, but yeah, man, those are the tips I wanted to bring to y'all. Like I said, it's probably nothing special, nothing new, but if you can get something from this, great. If not, then great. Thanks for watching. Once again, guys, thank you for watching. And my name is DJKNAI, and I will see you on the leaderboards. Right now, I'm ranked number 4, so I'm going over for that number 1 spot. Just I'll keep y'all updated. So, but again, thanks for watching. Peace out.